But yeah, sorting lads out. Scott's on another boiler. Luke's on a few radiators today. And Ben and Dave are out and about, not sure where they are, but yeah, looking good. Hang on.
How are you still today? I'm good. Yeah. Ready to go. Ready to rock. Catch you later.
This next meeting is with one of the head of sales and marketing at Worcester Bosch. It was an hour and a half long, this meeting. We've shrunk it down to 10-15 minutes. If you're interested, it's worth a watch. If not, skip on. We talk about finance, offering finance to customers, general marketing, air conditioning.
Morning. Morning. How are we doing? You alright?
What's the guy here?
Get that microphone on.
How are you doing, pal? You alright?
Yeah.
That's
alright, man. It's alright. Yeah, but after the tight schedule, because I've got another appointment, so I'm only probably going to be able to give you about 40 minutes max.
Oh, good, that'll do.
Is that good? Got enough for what
We've got a busy schedule.
As well, are you?
Yeah.
Right, okay. But yeah, I have popped in once before. I was in the area and I spotted your sign front row and I thought I'd just pop in. Unfortunately, you weren't in, so I just had a catch up with the girls and just introduced myself. But I do a slightly different role to Lee Kane. Obviously, you've met Lee because it was Lee that said get in touch with you to come in to have a chat about the finance and so on.
Right. So what's your role?
My role is business and marketing. So Lee, if you look at the easier way to look at it is Lee is everything inside the box.
Yeah.
You've got its product, everything outside, so your finance, social media, websites, QR codes, whatever it might be, marketing, advertising, or whatever.
Brilliant.
That's where I get involved, yeah.
Right,
So again, if you decided to come with us on the finance, it's not just a case I will get you signed up and help you with the application, I will help you through the application.
Yeah.
And when we've got you through the other end, I'd do the training on the finance product with you and anybody else within the team of the business wants to.
Brilliant, yeah.
And also with the marketing as well, what we don't want to do is just sign you up and then I come back in 6 months and you haven't sold the boiler on finance, because we don't get anything for signing you up. It's there really to hopefully help us sell more boilers.
Of course, yeah.
So it's in my interest to help you. And if there's if after 6 months you haven't sold the boiler through finance, then it's a case of, well, let's sit down, let's look at what we're doing and what we're not doing to try and start making the sales come in.
Yeah, brilliant.
How many boilers do you sell a year?
About 300.
About 300. So another way to do it is rather than, so say if you were fitting a boiler for Mrs. Smith.
I reckon out of that 300, we did 3 on finance last year.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because we do, I'll be honest with you, we do. We've only started really fitting Worcester the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We might have done 30,
and that's why I'm
40.
surprised you've never come on my radar, because I've been coming to for sort of 8 years, but I think it is literally, it's just grown quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah. It has. Probably 2020, 2021. We went from doing 50 boilers to like 250, and I just went with was fitting a lot of backs. So they wouldn't give me guarantees. Richard wouldn't give me the extended guarantees.
Before we launched Accelerate, probably going back 3-4 years. In the last 3 or 4 years, you find now it doesn't really.
It's no issue.
Like
so
that,
from that, with Worcester, we went from doing 20 to 150. We did 150, 160 last year.
And again, the reason we do that is we need market share. We're not the cheapest out there.
Yeah.
You can't be the dearest and not sell as many boilers as everybody else, can you? It's one of those. So it's who that customer likes. It's that first impression. People buy from people. I'm still a big firm believer of that. And I think if you've got that nailed, then I think you're going to win more than you lose, definitely, aren't you?
That's it.
And that's from that very first interaction that the customers have with the people on the phone when they ring through to the business, from the engineer turning up to do the survey, to maybe you, Ryan, going in to make sure everything's okay. It's that process that wins the work, isn't it? It's not all about, if you have that and you have it right, then I don't think you have to be the cheapest in town either.
No, definitely not. And we do price ourselves higher than, I would say we are from a price point. We are a bit higher. But yeah, exactly what you say, the level of service from start to finish, that's the difference.
I don't think you're saying though you are high, but the number of boilers you do would suggest that you're not that high. I think if your conversion rate was 100%, I've never met a business yet that's 100%. Then you're seriously have to have a look at bringing that price up. Wouldn't there's something wrong if you win every job?
I say that to Dan. I say if your percentage is too high, converted, your conversion rate's too high.
It's nice sometimes to be able to be in a position where you can sort of pick and choose jobs as well. I'm sure you must get jobs in that you don't really want to do from time to time. Sky, you ring Sky up, when you ask for a package, they don't tell how much it is for the year, do they? They give you a monthly price. But if you drill down into Sky, they will give you, and you can pay for it annually in one hit. But why would you? And if you look at that sort of mentality towards the boiler, and don't forget, a boiler's nobody gets up in the morning all excited to, do you know what, today I think I'm going to buy myself a boiler. Nobody wants a boiler, nobody wants to part with $3,000 to pay for a boiler. If I said to you, give us $3,000 for a fortnight trip to Mexico, you couldn't get your hand in your pocket quicker, but a boiler's a little bit different. So quite often when people do have the money, it's like, we need a boiler.
See, that's interesting that you're selling with the finance front of mind.
And you give them a 5 or a 10-year option, probably the 10-year, because that's going to be the cheapest one.
Yeah.
They're going to have then 3 prices in front of them, ranging from 25 quid, 60 quid, 150 quid. Or full. So straight away then you think, well, why would they have to ring anywhere else? There's going to be one of those 3 or 4 prices going to suit their budget.
We're missing a trick.
But
I think the way to look at it is, if I start really pushing, we're quite strong on marketing. A lot of offline marketing actually, but on the online marketing, if I do start driving sales, creating landing pages and really try to push it, and let's say that the volume could be 100, we need to be looking at 300 to 100 ratio, and then work out the cost across your 400.
You'll have your own port, which I'm sure you have with Phoenix anyway, don't you, where you go in and send the quotes.
That's the thing. What we had, I had a bit of an API set up through an app on our phone, so I could send it through on my phone. They could fill the information in. It was really easy.
So this is just as easy.
Is it?
It's even that easy. You don't even fill the information. Trade will do it for you.
Right. And we did, just while you're on that. So we've turned up. We've done the quote on site. Is my engineer surveyor staying in the house with the customer? They're leaving.
He can come away.
So we because I want them basically getting everything done before they leave to the next job in terms of information from the surveyor. There's always a problem.
There is.
Not necessarily the lads, it might be an issue with a van, or there's just something every day now. Something every day,
So there is that side. But you're young, Ryan, you want to try all these things, you want to probably do as best you can and get as
keep pushing on,
Just keep pushing on, there's nothing wrong with that, definitely not. As long as it's with Worcester Bosch.
With Worcester Bosch,
It's not the opportunities there. Every property that you go in where they've got the open living plan area, or they've got a big conservatory, one of those little office pods that they put at the back garden.
Definitely.
You guys start having that conversation. Say if you're doing a boiler on finance over 5 years and it's, 50 quid, probably for another 15 quid a month on top of that, you've got aircon to run as well, haven't you? And the beauty with aircon is it's something you've got 3 messages you can get out across the year. So in winter you're talking about it cooling.
100%.
In winter you're talking about it heating. In summer you're talking about it cooling, and all year round you're talking about the air filtration side of it. If you've got kids that got asthma or you suffer really bad with hay fever or whatever, it's a great product to have in your home, isn't it? And that's more of a want to have product, isn't it? Where people, they get an aircon unit in, they're having their friends round at the weekend for a bit of a barbecue, and have a look at that, there's remote control, just turn it, goes hot, it goes cold.
They're unreal though, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
They're so good.
We're
doing a video. I'm doing a video today for a marketing company. I've got to do a video explainer. I'll send it to you when I've done it. But I'm doing it for a unit. I fit a 5 kilowatt in my kitchen. So we're doing that, but they're unreal. It's like magic.
It is. It's great. Because again, you think about people, they think aircon, think it's just going to keep you cold. In summer, they don't think that. Well, you're probably heating all your house in winter, yet you're only accommodating and spending time in 1 or 2 rooms. So turn your heating off. And just give your aircon a blast, and it's more economical, isn't it?
Because they're cheap to run.
They are.
I fit on at my girlfriend's shop over here as well. She can't believe it. She's got it on all the time. She's got a 5 kilowatt. It's actually too small. It's cycling more than anything, but it's still miles cheaper. Than a rat's.
It's a no-brainer. Our air conditioning sales have gone through the roof. I've signed so many people up.
We'll smash them.
To doing their F-gas, which we actually do our own F-gas now at head office. We've just started as of this month. I think we're running our first F-gas course. But it's a no-brainer. It's an easy add-on. It's less competitive than the boiler market, and it can be probably more profitable as well.
Yeah, VAT-free.
VAT-free as well, so it's, why wouldn't you want to get involved with that? I always encourage everybody, don't ignore it, because it is there and it will get bigger. I said, keep your eye on it, get involved, just make sure you got the knowledge, because if you get that phone call and it's a heat pump and you say, no, sorry, we don't do heat pumps, and put it down, well, that customer may be in no way, shape or form ready for a heat pump. You just turned away another gas or an oil boiler sale, haven't you? But to have that conversation to say, well, you know, to be fair, that's your option. Well, we know we can get $7 grand, but are you aware that installation might cost you 15? Are you prepared to pay another 7 for the, the shortfall? No, I didn't think that. Well, can we have fans? Well, at the minute, none of the fans companies will touch heat pumps. But yeah, definitely get involved with it, Ryan, 100%. You're still young enough. I'm talking, I've probably only got 10 years left. Not before I die, I've not got terminal cancer or anything like that, but before I retire, sort of thing. Whereas you've probably got a lot longer to go, 20, 15 years, 20 years, then heat pumps are going to be a lot more prevalent than they are now. They are going to be in the next couple of years. So for the size of your company, for your age and everything, I think it'd be a wise move to get involved from the off. Get all that knowledge on board. I think the first thing is just getting that knowledge in. Right, we've covered quite a lot there, mate.
We've got a lot to do. Buzzing.
A lot through.
Look at that. See you later, pal. Anyway, that was a good chat with Steve from Worcester. He's called in to see us. I thought it might get a bit awkward because the glowworm rep was coming in as well. Have you met him?
No.
He was supposed to be coming this morning, so I thought they were going to be outside. We should have got him in actually.
Could have got best deal out of both of them.
Yeah, I know. It'd have made good content though. Glowworm, Worcester, and us talking. No, I'd seen the statement come through that we owed him some money. I just texted him. I said I've sent that money over. I've not seen an invoice though. Yeah, we have had 2 sets of trackers fitted.
Yeah, I've not had the other invoice, so you've not seen that.
No.
Invoice, that'd be right.
No, just ring him. Okay. Double denim today, Sue.
Double denim, yeah.
Fucking bang on. Come on, Lou. What are you showing us?
These 2 gotta go back.
Right, brilliant. This is returns. Do you want to be head of returns?
Charge some restocking fee.
Come in, you're all right.
Might be wanted back, please. Is it just these 2?
Yeah, it is.
But
it is. But return. No, what else is on there?
I don't know. I just had a trail open
Sorry.
saying to return.
Just them 2 want returning, but in general, when we're getting returns, it's like the decorative radiators downstairs that haven't been fitted. They just need going back. You'll be bang on for that, won't you?
Depends how long we've had it.
Getting straight on it, but just the return process. If they've got one.
Yeah.
Because the lads don't like. Dan says he's going to do it, but he'll never do it.
Just leave them.
Yeah, they just leave them.
My dog does the same.
We're home with the dogs now, and we're going to head over to Scott and Theo that are fitting a new boiler they're fitting a second boiler at Cafe-Italia, just over in Bolton. I'm big on having multiple options for your services, so whether that's home care, and you've got bronze, silver, gold. Ralph! What are you barking at? Ralph!
Yeah.
Gives it bigger, just ignore it. Gives it bigger until the dogs run back at him and then he runs back to the van or straight back to the office. It's horrendous. So yeah, having multiple options, whether that's home care and you've got bronze, silver, gold, that's big. If you're going out installing boilers, you've got 3 or 4 different options of boilers. And I don't mean specific to a manufacturer, because I think you're leaving stuff on the table. In our case, we'll go Alpha, Baxi, Worcester. And I know if they want to drive down on an individual product, let's say it's Worcester, you've got the 1000, the 4000, the 8000. But another bit that I did miss out on, which again I feel we're missing a trick with, is multiple options of payment from a finance point of view. So you've got 0% over 12, 24 months. and then you've got your APRs, whether it's a 7% or 11%, whatever we were talking about then. But you've got multiple options of payment. Like 0% over 12 months is still going to stack up at 200-300 quid a month for your boiler, and not everyone can afford that. But you start spreading that out further, and you can bring that cost to 30-40 quid a month, or even less. Then you could get some difficult jobs where price is tight, you can get them jobs over the line. So that was great. And like with anything, as soon as I get going with this, we'll be hitting it. Like, give it a 100%. Cafe-Italia. I'm here every week with either Sarah or the kids, or I'm interviewing new engineers. But today we're not eating, we're fixing a new boiler. Come on. How are we doing, lads? You alright?
Not so bad.
Got it in there?
Yeah. Same. It's in line.
It is tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be a lot better than that other side.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Do you want to get in here now, mate? Are you right? Or are you still just...
Oh, it's alright, yeah, you're right. You just crack on. Right, we've turned up and the lads are pretty much finished. It's 10 to 1. And what Scott and Theo have been doing is installing a secondary boiler. The issue that we've got here, well, there's two issues. One of them was the central heating not staying on, and the other is the central heating bypassing because a lot of the pipework's undersized. So this is the existing boiler, Wiesmann 100, that's working fine. But what's happening, or what was happening, when the heating was running, these really do try to modulate, really try and back off. So if the pipework is undersized, this starts backing off, hitting temperature, and the rest of the radiators struggle. That's because all of the radiators in the restaurant are fed off 15. They just piggybacked off in 15. There's a small section of, I think there's a small section of 22 that goes to 28 and then back down to 15 mil. That's one problem. The other problem is because these taps are running all the time and it's a combi boiler, the combi boiler prioritises hot water, diverter valve moves over and sends all of the heat to the tap. So then the radiators start going cold. Now, the first problem with the radiators bypassing, that was because some of the closer radiators that I'll show you in the bathroom were open full, TRVs were open full, and it was just spinning back. We've balanced them radiators right down to try and help the problem. With them balanced down, all the rest of the radiators do now get hot. It is undersized and we are looking at repiping these radiators, but for now it's working. Vito, that owns Cafe-Italia, wanted the quickest, cheapest option to fix the hot water problem. He said, can you just fit us another boiler? So that's what the engineers have done. We've just fit an Alpha, 33 kilowatt Alpha. So we can just use the Wiesmann 100 just for the central heating. Okay, it's there as a backup with hot water if needed. But the Alpha, which we've also connected up to the central heating, is going to be switched off. It's going to be put on summer mode. So this will just supply us with hot water to these taps that are running literally all the time. The cleaners are in, the washing dishes, so they have that tap open all the time. The Alpha can deal with the water and the Wiesmann can deal with the heating. We still need to address the pipework being undersized, but we're going to see how he gets on with that. And then, yeah, they've both been piped in together and levered off. So if in the event that one of the boilers goes down, he's got to back up. As you can see, initially the boiler was going to be installed over here. Let me show you on the camera. So if you stand right back. Yeah. Initially we planned on the boiler going on this wall here. But the flue, I'll show you outside how the access is awful on the outside. But Scott, one of our engineers, has said we could squeeze it in here. Okay. Now, the super tight, for how busy this restaurant is, the kitchen is small. And Vito has no issue in us taking this corner. So we've squeezed it in. It's just about to regulation. We can work on the Wiesmann, and with a bit of effort, we can sprawl across the sink and work on the Alpha. So hopefully, it should be fine. Been downstairs looking at repiping the radiators, and we can see that there's a leak coming through the ceiling. which has now come through to, well, where is it, Scotty?
There.
Can you see it tracking back?
No.
Vito. Hi mate, you alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm just, we're okay with the boiler, but we've just, you've got another leak.
Yeah, no, Larry told me, yeah. Do you have a chance to have a look at it? Or?
Yeah, I'll say, so it looks like we might need to take some of the tiles off on the boxing, in the little bathroom.
If you go behind the toilet, if you look at the toilet,
Yeah.
on your left, there is a corner where it's accessible. There's always the leak. So it's underneath the toilet roll.
Underneath the, are you saying the toilet? Oh,
The one near the...
yeah, hang on. If you just go on your WhatsApp, Vito, I'll just send you a picture of this. Because I think it's leaking over. So it looks like, I've sent it over to you. Looks like it's in this corner.
I don't know what it will be nice because it never leaked there, so...
No.
Have a look anyway, if you can fix.
I'll have a look. I might just need to pull some of the boxing off, that's all.
Okay.
We'll just try and do it as neat as we can and see what we're dealing with.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal. Chat. Let's go and have a look. Go on, that. It's dripping. Not dripping though, no, is it?
No, one there as much.
It was before. Oh god, I bet. Yeah. We must have fixed the leak because there's water on the tiles and it's dripping. It was dripping through here like once a second. Theo's just raised a good point. Cleaners have been in. Let's test that. Cleaners might have just overfilled basin. Or mopped the floor. It looked like a leak. It did look like a leak, yeah. The other guy that was in there was even talking about that leak. He said it's been dripping.
Did it?
He mentioned it then, that's why we looked at it, the drip. That's why I asked you to look at it, didn't I?
Yeah, but then the other guy mentioned the other bathroom, didn't he?
Yeah, because he said it leaks there all the time. Mystery leak, yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. He butchered all these boxes.
All tiles on.
So the issue that we had on the heating is you've got these two radiators, one here and then one in this downstairs bathroom. While we're in here, look at that concealed Geberit flush plate. Flush. If you know, you know with that one. But yeah, we've got this radiator here. We've got a radiator there. And that's got a TRV cap on it now, but that were just two lock shields open full. Just in there. So what would happen is the water would circulate from the boiler through that radiator and starve all the rest of these radiators here. The boiler will then modulate down and all of this side would stay cold. But now what we've done is just throttled them right down. We're going to put valves on them, throttle them right down. We've got a radiator there. Yeah. Cheers. And then we've got a radiator all the way along here. But all these radiators are fed in 15mm speed fit along through the skirts. Along here, feed one there, and a decorative one here. And they're controlled by that EPH programmer. That EPH, they leave it on 24/7 at 21 degrees. It's on all the time with a box and a lock around it. So hopefully they won't need to leave that on all the time. Because the other main issue, aside from the radiators and the pipe being undersized, is every time the hot water would switch on, it'd kill the heating. So I'm hoping now, there are other options, unvented cylinder and repiping. There's a lot more that we could have done to make this better, zone it all off, but we just wanted the cheapest thing and the fastest as soon as possible. And that's what we've done. The benefit that Scott mentioned about resiting the boiler has meant that the boiler flues come out here next to the Wiesmann where we've got access, whereas the initial location was round the back, and if you look down there, you can see the height that we're working to. If we'd have installed the boiler on the other side, we've got a ramp here that takes you onto the top, so access to the flue would have been difficult. At that point, we'd have probably installed one of them flue snugs to get to it. The condensate's been all right because we've tapped into the existing drain, but with the flue being there, we've got access to it all right, and it should be fine.
Maybe it's a bit like that.
Yeah, pressure being down.
And then now, no, up now.
Yeah, up and then it's been down, but I've not noticed anything on the rads. I'll just ask Scott.
So you don't know where it's from now?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
You sure it's not that? Something related
We've
that?
just had a look at them.
I don't know, like, I don't even know what is that. So
yeah, so that the heating pipes that they go on, it's pretty mad. They run along here and then up into the other room and then down.
Because there's two radiator on top, upstairs.
You've got another boiler, haven't you?
Yeah, that is for upstairs. But there's two radiators. They are actually on top of that, so I wonder if them one goes on top come back.
Right.
They are close up there because we couldn't put it on.
You couldn't put them on?
No, because they don't have no enough thing.
Ah, right, on the
but
valves.
We don't really need there, but I wonder if it's the same system.
Maybe.
So if it is, we could just take it off. And,
isolate it.
Yeah. If it's
Do you use that boiler upstairs?
Yeah, for when we have the function.
Does it supply any hot water? There's no toilets. Yes. Oh, does it?
Toilet and a bath.
Ah, is there? Okay. So they're dropped.
That is very old, so that's why you don't touch that, because if you touch that, it will break.
Yeah, it'll break.
He's 20 years old, so
yeah, okay.
He still does the job once a week. So
yeah. Yeah, see, at some point you could connect that boiler that we've fitted onto that one. Do you know if there's an issue? If there's an issue, yeah, it could supply. Right, we'll just need to see how you get on with that leak, because you was talking about this one in here, weren't you?
Yeah,
there's always a leak in that corner.
Yeah, like, you know, sometimes it's overfilled. It's stuck the shit in there, so that's why it's a flexible. So in the sink they put the pasta stuff like that. So that's why we did a movable one.
Right, so it pulls away. Right, cheers, Scott. This is our other van here that we've got to get wrapped. We'll get this done in the new design. Still working on, but it'll look really smart. Right, let's go and crack on. I've just nipped home for some food, jumped back in my van, and while I was setting this camera up, an old bloke comes and knocks at my front door. I said, "Hiya pal, you alright?" He said, "Yeah, I'm just coming to see where you get your milk from. Do you get it from the supermarket?" I said, "Actually, I don't get it from the supermarket. I felt sorry for my local milkman around the pandemic time, and I've been using him for the last 3-4 years. He supplies me with milk and eggs. But if anybody knocks at my front door, I'll ask them, like, I'll try and get some information out of them, like whether it's a window cleaner, like how many doors have you knocked, how many sales have you made, just interests me." And this milkman, I said to him, "How many doors have you knocked?" He said, "I've done over 100 doors today." It's 2:45 in the afternoon. He's made 12 sales. Now I spend between 20 and 30 quid a month on my milk and eggs. Let's just average that out, times that by his 12. That's potentially 250 quid to 300 quid a month, residual income per month on milk. And he's pulling them away from a supermarket. I don't know how long they last, but it's food for thought. How well could you do if you went out door knocking for service plans against the likes of your national suppliers? It makes you think, because less and less people will be willing to do that type of door-to-door knocking. He were a funny guy as well, proper funny guy. But I weren't expecting that. I was actually jumping on here now to talk about some of the questions on that last video, which we'll get into. Brendan Fisher, how do you get in contact, or how do you get work from the caravan sites? Now, I can't take any credit for this because RJ Martindale don't carry out any of that type of work. This work has come over from BHE, specifically in the Morecambe, Lancaster and Lake District area. And if I'm not mistaken, Connor, one of the engineers, potentially Stuart as well, I don't want to offend you here, Stuart. I'm not sure whether some of the work has come from yourself, but I know Connor has created relationships with these caravan sites from previous employment and then brought them over to BHE, which has been great. And he's looked after some of these sites now for up to 10 years since he first started. So he's created great rapport with these customers. We look after a number of sites. But that being said, how do we tap into others? I don't think there's anything better than just approaching them, sending them some information, making contact and seeing if you can tap in. Now, I have caused a few issues since taking over from BHE, because when I did take over, the price points were ridiculous. We were doing jobs at a loss. So I have increased all the prices. Now, that has meant that we have lost some of the customers. A lot of the good customers, a number of customers that Connor has dealt with, we've retained, which is great, and we've lost some of them to other lads that are just, say, in an unmarked van, that are on site, that can do it for cheaper. But what I always say is that's okay until it comes to a point where a boiler breaks down, something goes wrong, and they can't get hold of that engineer, because at some point they will let them down. And then what happens is they come back. There's just that time lag before they do come back, but it will happen. But we've still got a great round of customers on the caravan sites, and we are targeting to get more. Another great one here, which I think is the first customer that's actually commented on one of our videos, and he's made a great point, and it is something that I'm working on. We've gone to do a job at his house, and he's called BHE to do a job, and RJ Martindale have turned up. Now, BHE have distinctive vans, purple van with a big B on the back. We have also distinctive vans, but they're bright orange. Now, my job is to educate our customers to let them know the difference, or the lack of difference, between BHE and RJ Martindale. We are the same company, we're using the same engineers, but we've got different brands that are both prominent in the areas. So he's actually mentioned it was a big red flag, so you can lose trust. In my own little bubble, in my team, we all know that we are the same, but our customers don't. So what I need to do is educate the customers by, again, leaflets, information, emails, text, phone call to let them know. Corby Construction need to make a TikTok, even if it's just clips from YouTube. I completely agree. I've just about got my head round doing these YouTube videos, and I'm just trying to get dialed in with this, and then we'll look at doing other stuff. But yeah, I totally agree. My cousin, GM Windows and Doors, he has set up a YouTube channel, and he also does TikTok, Facebook. He can post the same video to each of the platforms, and one of them will explode and the other will be quiet. But across them all, it's building the brand, it's building the profile. 100% agree, and it is something that we will look at. Morrison Lawn Landscape, what are you using to film? I think it's a Sony ZV-1, pretty basic-ish camera, wireless microphone, which is from Sony, but I think there are some that are a lot better. And then we've got a gimbal that we got from Amazon. I think that was about 300 quid. To my man, the Dick Puller. Classic case, too many overheads, not enough work. Guys, our trade is seasonal, I agree. Slash your overheads now, pay off all these office monkeys. 1 office staff to 20 guys on the tools is the rule. Well, good luck with that one. Don't call my ladies office monkeys. But I'll shed some light on the progress of RJ Martindale and BHE when I get back home. The last video I was talking specifically on an area of BHE and how we're going to fix that problem, because it is new to me. We're back at my house now filming a video explainer for domestic air conditioning units. So it's pretty quiet at the minute. I've no kids here. Emma, our cleaner, has done a great job tidying up, and I've got an air conditioning unit. So we're putting this together for our customers. We're gearing up now our marketing campaigns for summer. Okay, as the boilers start to back off, we want to ramp up air conditioning units. Now, more and more people are hearing about air conditioning units, but our job is to try and educate them and make it easier to get these jobs over the line. So that's what we're doing now. The resi now to try and tire them out, and tomorrow we go again. If you like this video, drop us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.